How are you, my class 7 English version students? I hope everyone is okay and also the fine. Let's introduce myself. I am Taslimatul Nahar, your new subject teacher, and I also give you the briefing about the science. Here's the science today. I just select chapter 1. Here's the chapter 1. Please everyone see the books. First structure is the chapter 1 is the lower organisms. Have you any idea about the lower organisms? Basically, in this world, we have the lower organisms and also the microscopic organisms. Please everyone see the books. First structure is the virus, bacteria, fungi, algae, amoeba, etc. are called lower organisms. Please everyone underline the names. Among them, virus, bacteria, and amoeba are not visible without the help of a microscope. Have you ever seen the microscope? Yes. These are the microorganisms. Few fungi and algae can seen with bare eyes but other needed microscopic support. These lower organisms or microorganisms cause disease of men, domestic animals, birds and plants. These organisms also have beneficial effects on environment. It is the coronavirus and also the lower organisms and also the virus. First, today I just give you the explain the characteristics of microorganisms or classification of microorganisms, to classify the macroorganisms, to explain the characteristics of virus and bacteria. Yes, basically I just gave you the first structure is the microbial world. What is the microbial world? We can see many organisms around us. Besides these organisms, there are numerous invisible organisms which cannot be seen by bare eyes. They do not have well-organized cells with a specific nucleus. These are known as the microorganisms. Please everyone underline the names. In early stages, life has been initiated from these microorganisms for this reason. Microorganisms are termed as prokaryotic or primitive organisms. In class 6, you have seen 5 kingdoms of classification of the living world proposed by Whittaker and Margulis. On this classification, microorganisms are placed under kingdom Monera, Protista and fungi. At present, microbiologists classify the microbial world into 3 kingdoms. First kingdom is the kingdom 1. Basically, this structure is the eukaryotic. A means acellular or not any cell. Second structure is the prokaryotic or prokaryota. Here's the prokaryota. This structure is the primitive structure. And kingdom 3 is the eukaryota and is also the well-developed cell organized. Here's I just give the first structure is the kingdom 1, eukaryota or acellular. These organisms are so small that they cannot be seen even under a light microscope. An electron microscope is needed to see them, such as the example is the virus. Kingdom 2, prokaryota or primitive cell. Members of this kingdom do not have well-organized nucleus. Cell without organized nucleus is termed primitive cell, such as bacteria. The another example is the bacteria. Third is the kingdom 3 or the eukaryota. Eukaryota or true cell. Microbes having true cells are called eukaryota. Algae, fungi and protozoa are eukaryotic microbes. Dear students, I just gave the first lesson. The first lesson is the microbial world. And today I just also the beginning class. Yes, the next lesson is the 3 and 4. There are the lower organisms. First structure is the virus and the second structure is the bacteria. I just draw the bacteriophage virus. Here's the bacteriophage virus. There the first structure is the head and is also the organized by the protein. First structure is the head and the second is the DNA. It's also the hereditary materials. And third is the collar and fourth is the tail and the tail fiber. And the figure is the virus particles. Please everyone see the books 3 and 4 lesson virus and bacteria. Virus, rickettsia fungi, bacteria, algae and protozoa, etc. are present in our environment in innumerable in numbers. Most of them are beneficial, of course. Some of them are responsible for producing disease in human body. And also we are also suffer is a long time about the coronavirus. Everyone know what is the coronavirus? Now we will know about few microorganisms. In the few microorganisms, first structure is the virus. Virus cannot be seen without electronic microscope. These are the simplest organisms in virus cell wall. Plasma membrane, organized nucleus, cytoplasm, etc. are absent. So virus body is called acellular. They are composed of only protein coating and the nucleic acid. Here's the protein coating is this structure is the head and the nucleic acid is the DNA. It's the another name is the deoxyribonucleic acid. DNA or RNA. If nucleic acid gets out of protein coating, they lose all properties of life. When the protein coating and nucleic acid are gathered in another organisms, they regain the properties of life. That is, they do not show any properties of life without living host or outside of living host. For that, viruses are the true parasites. Bacteriophage is a common virus among all viruses. The figure gives the idea of their structure. Virus may be round shaped or the rod shaped and also the tadpole. Do you know what's the tadpole? The frog. Tadpole-like or bread shape. I just draw the virus. First structure is the round shape. Another is the rod shape. This structure just seen the rod shape. And the next structure is the tadpole. This structure is the tadpole. And or bread shape. This structure is the bread shape. Is also the varieties of the virus. Here's the varieties of virus. Virus causes pox, measles, sneezing, influenza, etc. in human body. In this the present world, we also the epidemic on the endemic period. It's also about the coronavirus. Trungo of rice and mosaic diseases of tobacco caused by virus. Pox, measles, sneezing, influenza, etc. are airborne diseases. Please everyone underline the lines. The airborne disease, which types of the airborne disease? First structure is the pox, another is the measles, third is the sneezing and influenza. Now, next structure is the bacteria. Have you any idea about the bacteria? Here I just draw 4 figures. First figure is the round shaped structure. The another name is the coccus. Coccus means round shaped structure. Second structure is the rod-shaped structure. The another name is the bacillus. And everyone know what's the comma. This structure is comma. The another name is the comma shape. And also the structure of snakes. And the another structure is the spirillum. Please everyone see the books. Know about the bacteria. Here's the bacteria. We have learned about bacteria in the previous class. Now, we need to have a broader life. Bacteria is non-grain unicellular microscopic organisms with primitive nucleus. The scientist Antony von Leeuwenhoek found this for the first time. Bacteria cell may be rod-shaped, rounded, comma-shaped or spiral. Bacteria can be classified according to their shape as follows. First structure is the coccus. Here's the coccus and also the victim for the pneumonia. Round-shaped bacteria cell are named as coccus. They remain single or in groups such as pneumonia causing bacteria. Second structure is the bacillus or also the caused by the dysentery. Bacillus, they are elongated rod-shaped bacteria. Tetanus, blood dysentery, etc. are caused by bacillus. Third is the comma, shaped like bent rods such as bacteria causing human cholera. And the last structure is the spirillum. Spirillum, the spiral bacteria. Another structure, usefulness of bacteria. Here's the any broad usefulness of the bacteria. First structure is the usefulness. Helps in decomposition of dead bodies and organic wastes. Second is the only bacteria fixes nitrogen in the soil. Very important topics and very important line. The another is the helps in removing jute fibers. And the fourth is the used in preparation of curds. Do you know what's the curds? The very delicious food. The curds is also the helps in the bacteria. Preparation of life-saving antibiotics from bacteria. Bacteria is the main basis of genetic engineering. Bacteria is used in some cases in order to identify and desired characteristics of organisms. It is also used in genetic changes. Dear students, I just give only the about the lower organisms. Here the lower organisms we also classify. Here's the classify. We also know about the acellular or the eukaryota. Second is the prokaryota and third is the eukaryota. And it also give about the lesson 1. Here's the lesson 1, eukaryota or the acellular. And second is the prokaryota and also the bacteria. Third is the kingdom eukaryota and also the algae, fungi, etc. Our next topics and the next lesson is the 3 and 4. Here's the 3 and 4. We also know little bit. Also the not only the little bit. We also know about the virus and bacteria. Here's the virus. We also know the bacteriophage virus. This structure is, this figure is the very important figure for our exam. And the next structure is the bacteria. Here's the bacteria. We also know about the 4 shapes. Here's the 4 shapes. First structure is the round shapes and also the coccus. Second is the rod shaped and also the bacillus. Third is the comma shape and the spirillum. That's all today. Thank you, my dear students.